Hello, hello, hello. Lingerie conversion. That's what we're going to look at. Lingerie conversion. It's about 45 megabytes. Now, this was ported by Bad Livlig. I'm just going to say it like that. They give credit to all these different people, and I don't know these people, and there's more than one, so this mod is the credit of a lot of these people having to do with the body and everything else. I think possibly the main person that Bad Livlig would credit is Remy Martin 88, and looks like that's who they had to get permission from. Well, no, they had to get permission from all these people, so there you go. It is all these people, so pardon me for saying that incorrectly. Now, this is in Whiterun, in the Hall of the Dead, and it's in a barrel. Okay, it's not on the forge. So I'm going to pop in to Whiterun and take us to the Hall of the Dead and go straight to the barrel. We're not going to waste any time. I have a funny little thing you can watch later that kind of shows what I was going to do, but it didn't work out. Okay, so that's later. Right now, we're just going to go straight to it and take a look at this stuff. So I will see you in Whiterun in a moment. All right, as you can see, we are in the Hall of the Dead, and we are in Whiterun, even though I didn't show you that, but we are. And that dude is sitting over there, and I need to steal these. Unfortunately, these have to be stolen out of that barrel. So I think to accomplish this, if I wear the God Ring and sneak, I think she can do it. Okay. All right, so that allowed her to do that. That's the problem with when they don't make it open for you to take and it ends up being stolen. It becomes an issue. Nonetheless, we're going to go somewhere else to look at all this stuff. I just wanted you to see where the barrel was. So I'm going to take us out of here and go somewhere nicer and fun, okay? I'll be back in a minute.
Working!
All right, so here we are in front of the Blue Palace. And we have our girl trying out the first upper and lower piece. These come in two pieces, which can be problematic, though. I did not see, when I put these on her, it did not show any nudity, but they come in a top and a panty. And then you can change these out, and this was the first panty and the first top, okay? Now, we can go through each of these pretty quickly, I think. We can just switch these up. And I don't know that they're all going to have a huge amount of difference. I don't see any great difference there. So, this is going to happen, I suppose. Okay, now we're getting some difference. Now, we may or may not, I haven't tried this, we may or may not have any exposure. And if it happens, it happens. We're just going to ride this out. I'm just showing you this, that way you know, and if you know if it shows anything, then and you don't want that, then you know to avoid it, and if you want it, then you know you've got it, right? So here's this. I think there's a little see-through-ness to the top, but, you know, depending on the texture you have, that will make a difference or not to you. Nonetheless, this is just some little lingeries. It's not any big deal. There we go. Now I don't think there's anything there. Nothing sheer there. And it just depends on what you like. I don't know that I would really play the game running around like this, but I know some people do different things. They don't just play the game. They fool around and do a lot of other stuff, just like sometimes when I feel like I'm silly and I want to do something stupid and silly. So sometimes people want to do other things than just play the game. You'll notice there are color differences here. Now my eyes, it's probably just because I'm tired, but my eyes are not picking up on the subtlety of some of the different colors, but I did notice that time that the colors of some of these are different. And I think the texture in the appearance is somewhat different. Now you notice this body shape appears to be more like a UNPB with some really big chest pillows there, and instead of smaller. But if you use a different body, or if you use a different body, if you set your weight slider accordingly, you can make that smaller. And matter of fact, when we go to the cheat room, we'll check that out. I do want you to notice that none of these have any armor. These are all just cloth, so I don't think we're going to be able to do much with them. We might be able to enchant them. We'll check that out when we go to the cheat room. These are actually pretty nice. They did a good job on these. I didn't walk around to see if they had any movement built in. Yeah, they have movement built in, so if you wanted a little bouncing bosom, you can certainly have that there. So there you go. I'm just showing you what you have. What's here, I'm just showing you what it looks like. It's up to you whether or not it's something you're interested in. I don't know that I would actually use this. But like I said, I'm not offended by it or anything like that. I think everybody should enjoy what they want to enjoy. And I don't have a lot of time, so I was hoping to try to do a quick show on something, and this looked like something we could do a reasonably quick show on. Now, all these are going to be very similar, okay? So we're really hitting... Oops, that's the top. So, and we're hitting... Wait. I got lost. I need to go back up. Sorry. We're getting through these pretty quick. Some have a little sheerness, and like I said, you may be able to see a little bit of something there. So far, I'm not having any trouble as far as nothing seems to be showing anything that you don't want to see. Nothing that would be against the terms of service. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't see anything like that at this point. It could still happen. We'll do a check here in a minute and see if there's any problem. But so far, I've not really seen anything. We should just flip through some of these. I don't think these are going to be... Well, there's only a few left, though. I should try to be patient, right? But yeah, see, that one's sheer again. But they're different colors, but they're the same basic styles. You'll see that over and over. And I'm not putting that down. It gives you some variety. But at the same time, hopefully you'll find something you like. Oh, by the way, I'm probably going to be demonetized on this. So just keep that in mind. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, something, okay? I'm only saying it because I know for certain they're not going to like this. They're gonna slap me down. But that's okay, I've just come to the point where I'm going to do the show, and we're just going to deal with it. Whatever it is what it is. And I'm not purposely trying to do anything, but if it happens, it happens. I don't think that one's sheer, even though at first glance you think, well, maybe that one's sheer, but I don't think it is. Some of the others like that were, and this one is not sheer. Okay, so that's it. That's all of how they look. So I'm going to take us back to the cheat room, and we're going to get a look at the weight slider, how that affects this, and then we'll look and see if we can enchant them and that sort of thing. So be right back in a minute. All right, so here we are in the cheat room, and I put on one that's at least a little more modest. But now I'm going to do something that is probably not that modest, but I just want to show you there isn't a problem with this except for the bottom. Because it's two-part, if you take the top off, she goes back to her normal body, which is cool. But if you take the bottom off, you do have a little showtime there. Okay? All right. So, and then, of course, there are different, if you use some of the more sheer things, you're going to see more anyway, and I'll just show you that. It's kind of public service and warning and whatever, but nonetheless, let's go over here and see if we can do anything. I don't think we can, no. We can't improve any of these. They're not improvable. Let's see if they're enchantable, because I don't know if they are. It looks like they are enchantable. Do I have any soul gems? I do not. She does know a couple of enchants. Let's see. Can she enchant these? Oh, let's move that off there. Yeah, so they are enchantable. Even though I don't have anything to enchant them with. If you can get the enchantment to show up like that, I've never had a problem being able to enchant something. So that's the bottoms. Let's look at the top and see if the top is also enchantable. Yes, it is. So there you go. It is enchantable either way, but it can't get a weapon enchant, of course. So that's fine. So you can't improve it. You can enchant it. Now let me walk us over here, and we're going to try the weight slider and see. Let's just do this. We're going to try the weight slider and see how much difference that makes. Now that's with her at full strength, and if you move her around, you can, get an idea. But then if you can shrink it down, and you can make it more of what you want. It depends on what you want. Of course, this isn't going to affect NPCs unless you put this outfit on them. So your character is going to usually be the only one affected. And you can decide to do what you want. From what I can tell right now, the weight slider seems to only affect the boobs. I'm just going to say that. Oh, wait, it does affect the wrists a little bit. Do you see that? Look at this. Watch the wrist break. Oh, the wrist broke. So you might want to keep the weight middle to above. Wow, you really have to turn the weight up to keep from breaking those wrists, though. So something to be aware of. I mean, I don't really worry about it. I don't consider that a bad thing. If I wanted them to be smaller, okay, hold on a minute. If I wanted them to be smaller, and it was breaking her wrists and her ankles, hold on, I'll show you. I mean, this is what I would do. I'm just a simple guy. I would just do a simple solution. Well, actually, yeah, her wrists are broken, right? And I can't tell for sure about her ankles, but I would just simply wear gloves and boots and not worry about it. That's just me. Simple solution for a simple problem. Throw some gloves on, throw some boots on, I'm good. Now, you might want to wear vampire gloves and vampire boots, depending on what you choose. But there you go. That's it. Now, there is motion built into this, so you can see some movement like we discussed before. And that's it. That's really all there is to see here is those boots. Those boots might be clipping a little bit. That's because those boots are made for they're refitted for the UNP shape. And I think she's a little bit of a UNPB shape. So there's a custom body shape. So you may have to find something that works for you. Nonetheless, you get the idea. That's everything. So I'm going to show you the mod again, and we're going to move on. All right. So this has been Lingerie Conversion ported by Bad Livelig, and it looks like the main credits go to all these people here. Remy Martin 88 down through UE Daymar and Shazoon for testing. So everybody gets a little nod for credit for the mod, okay? All right, because everybody made a contribution. So anyway, remember, it's about 45 megabytes. You do get a lot of, it's all really the same outfit, but you get a lot of color varieties. So it's up to you if you think that's worthwhile or not. Totally your decision. Depends on how you play and what you're doing, whether or not you would like to have something like this. You might want to play around with it for a little while and then be done with it. Whatever. Anyway, just pointing that out to you. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. This has been an OwwThatSmarts production.